still trapped in the Matrix.
Straight up. In this box.
There
Yeah,
I can't reach all the way over there, but
this little screen right here.
we don't exist outside of here.
Dude, I'm telling you, back to that ASMR thing, man. Like, while we're waiting, and so she's like, it's the. So hot, like it's just like, oh my god.
I mean, there are some times when, especially when it comes like straight out and you have no control.
Yeah, steam coming out of the fucking bite and shit.
You
like,
can see steam coming off the bone.
Yeah, like so, there, and one video had that. Like, I saw one where he's like, and he like doing that, and everyone's like, damn, like that shit burned my lid. Like you can see the steam running off that drumstick.
It was a
bang. No, that's not Bangkok. What is it? Mukbang. Like I don't know. Like.
Oh no, yeah.
They're like, and they're getting while mid bite, they're like slurping the the what is it oyster.
Oh no.
Grabbing the juice for the soup.
I can't. Nah, see, I can never do ASMR videos.
No one's talking to me. I'm comfortable and I'm exhausted.
I'm gonna knock out.
I'm about to pass out. Like. Welcome to the Hideout. Another week.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all for tuning in. First things first, we want to apologize, right off the bat for not being great content creators. And it's on the lack of, scheduling that we have going on. We have our, separate careers outside of the podcast. So we have been just trying to work within us two to make sure we bring y'all good content. At the same time, bringing y'all the news, but we have everything that goes on outside.
Yeah.
Between us, and it's just been catching up to us. So.
It's been a little hectic.
Yeah, it's been, trying to find the right time, the right, between us both, hectic in life has just been crazy. So thank y'all again for staying loyal and joining us on a random Saturday night, you know what I mean? So that's news first off. We are looking like we're leaning to Saturdays at this time. Give or take, again, we're in the trial period. We're working with the new schedules that we got. So if push comes to shove, it is on a Saturday, right?
Right now, we're
Saturday will be
Saturday,
it, but time frame is when we'll adjust. But right now we're shooting for 8 o'clock-ish. Sorry again, today. As you can see, we're missing our, news desk. And
we had to have papers next time.
Yeah, that's right. We don't even stack papers when we're doing it. But we're missing our desk, and then we're just doing a new concept setup, everything. So
stuff's moving around. We're trying to get different feel of everything, make the feng shui.
Feng shui, I'm about to say the feng shui.
He likes to use that word, so
we gotta have the vibes while we're here. You know what I mean? So yeah, we were a little late behind today. We're testing up new mics that we got. We're trying to get those set up, and yeah. So bear with us. Again, we are still new, I would say. I mean, we're
almost a year.
We are.
We're almost a year, so I don't know if we can say that anymore.
Dang, man. We're poor.
That one is a definite truth.
Sorry, we are poor. We can't just throw money into this and say we're set up. But
no, honestly, yeah, the people that have money can just set it up the way they like.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna drop a cool grand on streaming equipment. I wish I could. You know what I mean? That would be the dream. But
until the day we get enough people to help us achieve that, we're gonna slowly crawl our way out of this poverty.
And still leave bare minimum. Like, still living bare minimum. Thank you, economy. But yeah, so we're working with new things. We're trying new things. We're hopefully, again, the YouTube channel stopped, the Twitch channel, everything. We just literally, it was on the back burner due to everything. So once we get the program, YouTube is going to start catching up. That is our editing program, our editing software. We're trying to upgrade that. And then, so little by little, the sound is getting better. We didn't sound like we're underwater, so that's a plus. And then going with water sounds and being clear and, and everything, it is the next part of the podcast is we're going to be an actual podcast. Excuse me. We're going to try to set up a podcast link and have it where it can stream on like main podcast streaming channels, I guess. Which I don't know very many because I only
all I know is like
Spotify Apple
Podcasts, stuff like that.
And like the general one. So we're gonna try to find it where we can stream it, and that way it is current. Like literally, as we do it today, by literally the end of the night, if not by tomorrow, the weekly episode is up. So that way nobody's like, oh, I haven't seen your podcast, and it's like if you don't have Facebook, you can't watch it. Like just a whole bunch of nonsense, guys. Sorry. So hopefully having it on the actual podcast where we can put the audio and then y'all can enjoy it and come in and just hear us. On the random, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever y'all want to,
when you guys
get a
just
chance,
need some background noise.
Yeah, background noise, exactly. Working out,
doing dishes.
Yeah.
At work when you're not supposed to have your headphones, but you still do.
Yeah, just throw it on. We'll have it, and then the good thing about that, I just thought, not too long ago, and I didn't get to talk to Emmanuel about it, is I can strip all the audio from all our shows.
True.
So literally, I can put season 1 and season 2 up, and it will go
like
in order.
Yeah.
So whoever tunes into that podcast or our podcast channel, which we'll put on the website, we'll put on Facebook, and make sure everybody is aware, we will be able to enjoy the whole show. We covered, a lot of shows. I think 2 animes, Death Note. We did. Was it?
Akame ga Kill.
Akame got killed. Then we did Loki. We did The Flash.
Yeah, some
that was the very first one. Flash. We still can't get the original. Again, this video is so big that we weren't able to upload it. So whenever that happens, that is behind the scenes video, like first ever. We literally feature link.
No, for real. That one was we basically reviewed the whole Flash movie and created a Flash movie.
2 hours and 39 minutes. Like we beat Flash itself. I
think the only one longer than that was probably our one with Nathan.
Yeah. Yep, that's the only other one. Pokemon and One Punch.
We got distracted on that one.
If y'all tune into the YouTube channel, it is separated. We got a Pokemon, version and the anime part of it all. Yeah. So tune into that one. That's up on YouTube. So if y'all want to go look that up, it's the Real One Punch Man. Please stand up.
Yeah.
So part 1 and part 2. Worked hard on those edits, so go and enjoy
pretty
those.
Good edits too.
It's fun, so it's a good thing. So so everybody, podcast coming soon. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, if everything goes smoothly and I can have time, we'll get that all set up, and then literally you'll just start seeing the episodes pop up, which we're super excited for. I call it a podcast, and everybody's like, "Oh, where do you stream it at?" And it's just like, YouTube and Facebook. They're like, podcast.
Well, not everybody starts off as a podcast.
We wanted to, put faces to the voices first. You know what I mean? Like we didn't want them to, get us, and not see this, face and bald head. You know what I mean? Like. didn't see that guy. You know,
I wouldn't have attached that to the voice. You ever get those though? Like you hear somebody talk, and then when you meet them, you're like, "Don't look like that."
That's not who I saw.
In my head, I like digitalized you entirely different.
My AI image of you was
No.
not was not what I thought. Like, but. Alright, guys. Well, that was the news portion of what we've been going through. Again, if you are the two that are watching at the moment, you know,
the one that hops on and off on Facebook.
Still talking. But yeah, so that we're excited. So we'll update the hours on Twitch. We're gonna update everything on the Facebook page as well. And then again, the podcast will be announced. I'll make sure to broadcast it both on the page and on my personal one, and then we'll go from there. So good stuff coming from the Hideout. Positive stuff. That way, again, if you miss the actual live stream, you know, you'll be able to tune in. So I'm super stoked. But for the real stuff, it is now, you know, we're so behind, I know, but I want to put a reaction out there. I was talking about it. We're going to watch the Deadpool show, or second trailer. Have you seen that? You saw the first one, right?
Which I haven't seen the second because everything's been hectic.
All right, so bear with us. This is gonna be janky, but you know, screw it. Like, we're gonna, you know, do it on here real quick. Nope, I'm not gonna do it on here. I'm gonna actually let you watch it on my phone because the only reason. No, you know what? Matter of fact, I'll set it up. But yes, Deadpool released the second trailer, which was pretty cool. Super stoked. I won't go into the Easter eggs till after he watches it. But I hope a lot of people caught it. There was a lot that went down in that video, and then it's super fast. Again, you'll watch the first one, first time through. Tell me what you think, and then we'll talk the Easter eggs, and then we'll, like, you know, we can freeze frame it or whatever. But yeah, guys, it was pretty intense. I enjoyed it. Again, it is coming fast. I'm ready for it. I don't know about you, dude.
It's in what, July 26th?
Yes. Yep. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready. Like, I'm super ready to see this movie.
This might be one of the few movies I will go out and go to the
theater.
To the theater, but not just that, but to the Thursday night release.
Oh, the release?
Mm-hmm.
You might have just convinced me to, like, go ahead and freaking miss work the next day. Alrighty, guys, so I just wanted to check if there was any comments. I'm about to play the video. This is where it gets sketchy. Cause hopefully it won't, like, mute out. One of our videos actually had muted out our audio content.
Oh, really?
Yep. On live, when we did the reaction video to the Fate Zero.
Oh, the Fate Zero?
It muted out quite a bit of content.
Damn.
So, yep. Just FYI. But alrighty, we're about to jump in. He's gonna watch it. Y'all, am I gonna? I'll have it set up. Matter of fact, I will. Where they can share it. Yeah. Let's see.
It's 2 minutes 43 seconds. That's a pretty decent length.
Yeah.
Trailer.
The gods will bless
That's
us.
not it, guys. Alright. So, no thanks.
I mean, God's will bless us.
No full screen yet.
Alright,
so we're about to flip right now. So, those that are tuning in, this is the video for Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, not it. That's it.
Let me see if it goes up. That's a little behind on this, so.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick, so oopsie daisy. Oh, whiskey the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
got the censored one. What I watched was Red Band, and it was actually the same.
I'm
Oh,
going
the
to
Red
lose
Band,
everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Yourself.
And then we get.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
This is so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence.
Oh, dog cool.
Who knows if you live or die? Let's go.
Let's go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes. I can't.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
They look really good. I like it. I saw that one. They made like a little meme of Wolverine with his the actual sleeves on, and they're like, oh, just imagine somebody was playing around. They're like, just imagine him without his sleeves, and they show the clip of him walking out without the sleeves. They're like, oh no, he's jacked.
It's not just the suit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you that's what I was remember was the sleeves, and then the thing that was bugging me the most that he had sleeves was the work that he put into it.
Yeah.
Like I was seeing that he, when
Was
they
going
were,
to the gym
ragging on
yeah.
each other, like that he was in the gym, like getting built. Like I was like, why would he go through all that work and never show his arms? Like that would be, like. Why? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. So when I saw his no sleeves, I was like, yes. But dude's just so swole, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can just see the cut in his veins and everything. Like,
Yeah.
but dude, tell me you're not ready, bro. Like, so much shit went down in that trailer, dude. Like,
It really did though, because I'm just like.
so tell me what was one of the first one like things that like you caught.
One of the things that got me, because I'm like, I don't know where, like, this is just constant jumping. So I'm like, I want to know what Ant-Man head that is. Is that Pym or is that Scott?
See, so this ties into apparently Old Man Logan.
Okay.
So it goes to the Old Man Logan comics,
Yeah.
and one of the scenes is there is a dystopia like in the void,
Yeah.
and it was Ant-Man's entire body.
Okay.
And it was like it showed his helmet and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when it like started peeling back, you could see the skull in
dude,
there.
it was freaking legit. So that we're saying that's a good tie into that comic line was that well, we don't know yet.
Yeah,
It's Scott Lang or Hank Pym, but yeah. So he's there. There's that skull. So that was one thing that got you okay. But yeah, that got me too. I was like, Ant-Man's head? Like, just thought of this little thing over here, you know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, like, that's serious. And then to have a skull inside it, so that, you know what I mean? Like, so that had to be crazy. And then, what else? What else did you catch? Because that was one of the Easter eggs.
I'm trying to think.
Sorry, guys, my allergies are kicking my butt. I'm sorry, I'm like sniffing away on this mic over here, so.
There was a few like things I was like, oh, I gotta remember that, but now I forgot. Because it was just like it was really. I want to know which Logan it is, because he's like, oh, this Logan let down his whole world and everything. So I'm like, which are we gonna throw in a new world in here, like a new whole like different like Sentinels took control?
That's what I was gonna see.
The...
So did they lose an X-Men few Days of Futures Past?
Yeah.
Because that was the only time that he went to go save the X-Men, was that where they were messing with his mind, and they saved them all by saving, I guess, Mystique, right?
Yeah.
So
although I was still wrong with that, but we could discuss that.
but yeah, so with that being done, I agree with you there. What Logan is it? And then you brought up a new idea for me there. So if it is a different Logan, is the Logan with sleeves different than the Logan without the sleeves? You know what I mean? Like, because it looked like he was dead, but Logan's damn near impossible to kill, correct? Like,
just about. I mean, I know in the comics at one point, because every comic kind of exaggerates their healing factors. Mm-hmm. At one point, he was able to reconstruct his whole body from a drop of blood. So he's almost impossible. Like, you would have to like incinerate everything on him. And there was this one comic, I forget what it was. Oh man. But I love the scene where somebody tried it. He was set on fire. Something happened where his whole and you just see the adamantium skeleton walking through the fire, and it's kind of it just starts reforming his muscles and everything in the next page. And I was like,
would it be like also that was it like that that scene off of Guardians of the Galaxy? Where Ego builds skeleton all the way into the form of a person.
Because you see his skeleton coming out and he had the claws out still, and it just starts reforming around it. I was like, that was cool. That was a cool
good
panel.
That was a good panel.
There's a few Marvel panels where I'm just like, damn, that's amazing. Like, their artwork is really good.
And then, but goes back to putting it in live action is different than animation.
Oh yeah,
because live action is so hard to put into and a testament to that is Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Honestly, though,
they try.
Honestly, though, we have to thank Dragon Ball Z though. Huh? Dragon Ball Z Evolutions, I think was the movie. We have to thank that one, because Toriyama originally said he was done after Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Z manga. He's like, I'm out.
I trust the next people.
Finished. And then they did the movie, and he's like, what the hell is this shit? And he legit kind of got pissed at the movie, so he brought him back into Super.
This is legit shit?
Yeah, so I've read 3 different papers on that, trying to be confirm it.
No way.
But yeah, a lot of people are
Thank you, Evolution.
Right?
It came back with
Super. You gave us Super and freaking all the gods.
Wow, that is wild. I did not know that. Interesting. Okay.
I read 3 different things about it, from 3 different sources, because I was just like, I don't want to just be like, oh, well, this one said it. Well, I don't know if this one is true. Let me see.
And then it goes back to again where we could. I'm switching story right now because I was thinking about live action.
Yeah.
And how hard it was to translate it. Transformers was one of the best ones to do it, right?
To live action?
Live action.
Well, maybe the first 2. After that, it got.
Oh, of course, storyline wise, but live action.
The cinema,
everything, right? Yes. Cinematography, what's his name? Who was the director of it?
Come on, you know it.
I do know it.
Michael
Bay.
Yeah.
And so it was right there. So now we got fans that are mad with the Transformers 1 movie coming out. Have you seen that?
I did see that.
That it was it's animation. Yeah. It's not fucking live action, but they're mad. Now they're like, you let me down. I was so ready for the live action. It was just like, you complain about this CGI. You complain about how crappy it is. Now it's a good story. But you're mad that it's freaking, it's animated.
How do you feel about it? Have you watched that trailer for that one?
Yeah. How do you feel about it? I can't believe it's Chris Hemsworth.
That bothers me. I told my wife immediately, it was him.
I see where they were going, but it didn't hit.
No, it was him and Scarlett, where I was like, just throw them away. Give me new voice actors, recast immediately. But they already finished.
Thank God it wasn't Chris Pratt. Because he's Garfield.
Yeah, he's Garfield. And Mario.
Oh, he did it for Mario. Like that's my son's favorite movie. So
Mario was okay.
I watch it every morning. Every morning. Swear to God, every morning. This is this movie that we watch, and it hits. It hits for me. Like I'm glad he went with the Brooklyn accent. He got the blessing from Marinette, right? That's his name, the original guy, because he's the jump man in the movie.
Yeah.
So he got his blessing. That the blessing was when he's like, was the accent too much?
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Fucking woohoo! Like, I was like, oh, word. You know what I mean? So we knew Chris Pratt could do the Mario voice. He just went with the Brooklyn because he's from Brooklyn.
Didn't like that they got him, but
and no one made fun of Charlie Day. Charlie Day didn't put no work in the.
He didn't put.
Seth Rogen gave zero.
No, Seth Rogen didn't try at all. The only one that did well was Bowser.
Oh, Jack Black did it, bro.
Jack Black, and then
Kamek.
Yeah.
The one that did Kamek was a really good.
Yes, he was very good too.
So I liked his voice.
It actually fit the character. I was like, I legit could. You could put that into the video games, and I wouldn't tell the difference. It was good.
It was good. I really enjoyed Kamek's. Anna Taylor-Joy.
She was alright.
You didn't peg her as the voice for Peach?
She was okay for Peach. I'm like, I wouldn't.
Scarlet?
No. don't throw them in here. You got enough fame.
But yeah, Chris Pratt, thank God he wasn't. Oh, but nonetheless, back to Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. I was tripping. So who's
Megatron?
Megatron.
I don't know. I forget.
It sounded familiar, but yeah. So
no, the main one I was upset with was Scarlett and Chris.
I was again. I see the vision. Chris has he had the how do I say? He don't have the voice acting skills to have made the voice of Optimus Prime, but he had the potential to hit that type of resonance in his voice. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying? Like his voice is in that spectrum where it sounded like
it's like you can touch it, but you're not gonna sit there.
Yeah. So like
what I enjoyed about that whole animation though was it made it look like the old school toys, the old school.
Yeah, the old ones. The original like little plastic toys.
And I was like, oh, dude. And then when they evolve and upgrade, that's when you get the modern, more updated version of it. And I was like, dude, that's cool. I enjoyed that like little throwback to it.
I'm hoping it takes off. I hope that takes off, because if it does, then we can get a new storyline in this animation. You know, in a good story, like do it right again. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the first two good. After that, we lost him. You know, like they tried multiple times. They tried with a lot of movies. Like, you know, they even tried to bring the Primals in, and you know that didn't go.
The Primals were kind of that movie was kind of.
It was everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it was everywhere.
I remember I told you like when you first started the pod, I was even thinking about doing my own like channel to review movies and shit like that, because I was like the Primals I really wanted to go and watch it and review it, but yeah, dude, nah. I was like, it wasn't worth it in the end. It was a fun movie, like it didn't.
I see where they went with it. You know, they were the same being in a way. You know, going after to protect what they how they became who they are. But yeah, it was just all over the place. I didn't resonate with the people in the movie as well. You know what I mean? Like so, So totally off subject there. I don't even know how we got into Transformers.
I don't know.
But Deadpool. So at one of the scenes, speaking of Ant-Man's head. So one of the Easter eggs in that portion is there's all the characters from past X-Men. So they're in the void. You saw Goliath. Goliath's there, so he's there. They're there, and so it makes you wonder if they got pruned in their universe, right?
Yeah.
So it was Toad, villain from the X-Men, Then there was, oh my goodness, I don't remember the name.
I think I remember seeing something about it, but I like skipped over.
It was the red guy from Days of Futures Past.
Azazel?
Azazel, yeah. And then it was the chick from Apocalypse. No, she was from X-Men 2, X2. The chick with the long nails like Wolverine.
Oh, Lady Deathstrike.
Yep. And let's see, you're on point now. Pyro was there.
Was it?
Sabretooth was there.
Okay.
He was in a trench coat, and he was the very far one on the left. And then the car that's in the trailer, and it's in that same scene, is Red Skull's car.
Okay.
So Red Skull's car. Is it Red Skull's or? I think it is Red Skull's. And then who else was there? Someone else. But yeah, so they were all there lined up. So she's coming out. So Cassandra Nova is the now 100% the villain. So it just showed her head on the first trailer, like coming out of the trailer, out of the skull.
Yeah.
Which we at that time didn't know it was that. But so now it's Cassandra Nova is the twin sister of Charles Xavier.
Okay.
So she apparently is. He apparently killed her in the womb, like from the comic lore. Like killed her in the womb. She was able to, come back as a virus. So she was a virus, and she like takes over. Yeah. So interesting villain. So she has telepathic and telekinetic powers. Yeah. You saw that where she was making Wolverine, stab himself and shit. So there's that chick. So she's gonna be formidable. If they stick with the strength that she had in the comic line, then we've seen Marvel follow on that part. With a lot of our characters. So she's apparently just pretty crazy. One of the scenes was she's in a chair, and you obviously see her standing on one of the scenes. Yeah. So they were wondering if she's riding around in Charles' chair. Yeah. So I was just like, oh my dude. So again, this movie's gonna and they're jumping into a portal. My dude, when I saw
which means he either knows Doctor Strange or
Wong, bro. Yeah. I think Doctor Strange is that big money name, so they won't bring him in. I think Wong is the Agent Coulson of this multiverse.
You also see Wong doing deals with Abomination.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's like,
so you kind of see him moving around or whatever. Yeah. So it makes sense if he were to kind of be involved with it.
I like his character growth because he was such a stickler to Doctor Strange when he was like learning and training and stuff, and now he's got free reigns. He's breaking people out, like missing court dates or whatever, like swinging in with the sling ring. You know what I mean? Like so. He's having fun being the Sorcerer Supreme, what I mean? Like, so I get it. But I think it's going to be Wong, bro. I think Wong is on the other side of that circle somewhere. But that was a trip. You said Dogpool. You saw Dogpool.
Yes, I saw Dogpool, which means we might get the Deadpool corpse.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting.
Because, again, it goes back to the first trailer. They noticed the machine guns being shot is Lady Deadpool. Yeah. Because her gloves are different than Deadpool's. Yeah. So those gloves are different. So everyone was making that speculation. So again, people see these things, guys. I love movies, dude. I love movies, but people have amazing either pause skills or they have that software where it's just like
go by frame
by frame, you know what I mean? Like click. There it is. There it is. It's what was the big it's Superior Iron Man. Remember that was the big old thing of the multiverse,
Yeah.
movie. Like he was like, oh, it's superior Iron Man, but even with those things, we never caught that it was gonna be it was Homegirl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, so they had to have that software, that frees it all the time. But what else is in there? You didn't catch it. It's a little one, but it was a little Easter egg that they again, people that catch the smallest details. Where they're walking out into the main street.
Yeah.
They're going over this building in the back, and it's Rob Liefeld. It says Liefeld is just feet. Well, Rob Liefeld is, I guess, the comic book writer, and he could never draw feet. Like, he just struggled with feet.
Yeah.
I think he's the creator of a lot of Marvel comics. Right. And they put that on there. It's just feet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that was a little, tidbit there. Shout out to that. Like, hey, So that was cool. And then, let's see, what else happened in there? Dog pool, we saw that. The sleeveless. And then what I just caught on this second time around watching it was that dude from the TVA, he's all busted up.
Yeah, he's all
bruised. So something went down. Something happened. I want to say probably Wolverine, got loose in the TVA, probably busted his nose or something. Like, I was pegging that, but I just caught that just now. Like, I was just like, oh, dang, she's busted up on this one. Like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's going to be good, dude. It's going to be freaking out. And then again, just the cussing right there. I'm sorry that I gave you all the censored. I would have never done that. Like, that's not me. I love it, raw and, good, stuff. But, I just clicked the first one that was there. But, so it's going to be actually.
It looked really good.
And then, he's like, Feige knows all the words. They have a list. Like, you can't say it. Rambles them off. Rambles them all off.
You want to build a snowman? Yes.
Yes, but I can't. Dude, see, and it goes back to, like, what happened when the writer's strike happened? So is it ad-lib? Or is it ad-lib, they go off the cuff, and then the writers write what they wrote, like what they said.
I don't know.
So this went on pause, if y'all remember, guys. So we were a little bit afraid. Again, y'all gonna get to enjoy this on the podcast. We talked about this. One of them, like, we were scared about the production, of this movie, and it was because of the writer's strike. And when the writer's strike happened, like, we didn't understand because we know that he ad-libs almost on all his movies. There's blooper reels, like, he's just going off the cuff, making them laugh and stuff. So, like, why did they need writers if Deadpool can write himself, if that makes sense?
I think the biggest thing is they know what certain beats that they want to hit, so they let him do his stuff or say, like, okay, this has to be interjected here. And these are what people are talking about, and then you can just go ahead and go off of whatever's going on.
Okay. I see. Like, so here's the storyline. I need it to go this direction, but as long as you're in the direction, you can say whatever you want in that direction. Like, ramble, like, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, he corrected me, guys. So now I understand.
I'm guessing that's how it works, because I'm just like, it would be difficult otherwise, because it
has to
finish a movie.
Yeah, because it has to fall in line with the multiverse that they are creating. Yeah. I really am interested in the TVA, man. Like,
what
most
TVA
people
is this?
Yeah, most people are just kind of skipping over and, like, seeing the Deadpool Wolverine part, but we need to know what TVA is this, because we got that whole thing on Loki now. Yeah. So this is where Marvel was messing up, like, you know what I mean? Like, they made Loki, they had a whole time, they had a writer's strike and everything to make sure that they don't mess it up. So what TVA is this, guys? Like, the suits don't match the suits of the end of Loki season 2.
Oh, that's before everything. I don't know, but he said the TVA works at a different time too.
It's out of the realm of time, like,
which isn't possible because when Loki was
going in
time jumping,
he knew exactly where to jump back in. Exactly.
So,
alrighty, guys. Yeah, July 26th. So I am ready to cover that one. I don't know. I'm I'm excited. Yeah, that one's gonna be awesome. Tune into the show. We're gonna definitely cover it. Shoot, you might be right. We can go see the midnight release. Be ready for Saturday, and you know, spoiler alert, the whole dang episode. Like, you know, sorry, like beep 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 beep, like and when homie kill beep beep beep, like.
Oh, did you see this beep beep?
So no, that podcast will suck, guys. But
Watch at your own risk. At
yeah,
that point.
basically, it's gonna we'll make a warning at the beginning of that podcast episode. Warning: this listener's discretion is advised.
Right. This podcast is about to go crazy with Deadpool spoilers.
So, but yeah, guys, July 26th. It looks freaking good. Again, Marvel Jesus. He had to have said that for a reason. We talked about this on the show as well, and you will see it. Like, he is carrying this thing on his back. Like, he has.
At the moment, yes.
He's like, everyone is. That is gonna be the highest grossing movie, especially because of all the crap shows that have been coming out.
Yep.
We know that Deadpool is off the cuff. We know that he can do this just mania and make it make sense. So I really think Marvel's gonna make a lot of money.
They have the greatest potential with this right now.
And with this one right here, like if they drop this, there's no. I don't think there's a redemption. They're gonna be able to put out content, which is what I'm saying. But they're not gonna be able to
recover and have a good story after this if they don't do this correctly. Yeah.
So we're still missing the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
We're still missing just so many characters that are potentially coming. Daredevil, Punisher's
supposed to come back.
Yep. Blade, there's not. And that's a whole thing in itself. We had the Dark Knight and the Eternals. Blade comes in, says his little line, and they're saying that he's not going to come in.
Yeah, they said they canceled that whole...
I was like, well, why? Why?
Because
it goes back to, you know, all these like Easter eggs that they left in all these movies. Speaking of Doctor Strange, where he goes and like Mordor goes and like takes homie's magic abilities away, and it's like we never see that Mordor again.
Yeah,
like we never find out did he go and mess the world up, like
and is he still going around doing it one at a time or?
And then my favorite one is which they're gonna touch base, but my favorite one right now that is finally gonna come back around after 8 movies later. That's the the gist of the joke is the Eternal coming out of the ground. What it's not an Eternal? Is it an Eternal? No, it's
it's a Celestial.
Celestial.
Yeah,
coming out of the earth.
Yep.
We got a big, massive head and hand. And it has not been discussed on any other shows.
Yeah.
So, but they say it's coming out on Brave New World. So, so that is going to be addressed.
We'll see how that goes.
And then Florence Pugh posted some videos of her being on set for the Thunderbolts.
Okay,
and it's Thunderbolts asterisk, which I don't know what the asterisk meant. I didn't read that article. But, make your assumptions now. You know what I mean? Like, you heard it here last.
We're not on top of the news always.
But yeah, it's Thunderbolts asterisk, and so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, they're gonna have the not Red Guardian. Yeah, Red Guardian.
Yeah.
Bucky's up in that hoe. Who else is there? Florence Pugh, which is the new Black Widow, Abomination.
There's a few.
Brave New World comes out before Thunderbolts, so there might be a chance of the Red Hulk. But
the Walker, the Captain America dude, the one that nobody liked.
Oh yeah.
I know it's Walker.
Agent, secret agent. No, U.S. agent. U.S. agent. That's what it is. So we might get a chance to see the Red Hulk, but again, what do you think about his casting? What's his name? Indiana Jones.
I don't know how I feel about that one. It makes me... I'm like, so are you planning on keeping him for several movies? Or is this just like a one-off one?
Thank you. Like, then that's what got me. Like, you could have had a slew of people that could have played like an aged version, like, you know, make him look aged because he can be there for multiple films. But you chose, I forgot his name, it's on the tip of my tongue. What's his name?
Henry Ford?
Yeah, Henry Ford. Who is, you know, pardon, you know, because we're all headed that way, old, you know, and he's talking about retirement, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know he was talking about retirement.
Done with action films, like, or something like that after the last Indiana. Like, so, like, why? Like, what? Like, I seen the pictures. It looks all right.
He might have only agreed for it to be
for the money?
General Ross, but then when it has to do the Red Hulk stuff, they probably have a stunt double doing everything, and like he won't be the motion capture for it. They might have somebody else do it.
Fair enough. We're that far, at least in CGI and stuff, that we can't do that. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, so he might be doing the serious acting parts, you think, and then homie does the action parts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that, again, I hope it works. I hope, again, who was it? Robert Downey Jr. article said that, you know, he stands by Kevin Feige, that don't doubt Kevin Feige. Like, they're saying he knows the end goal, you know what I mean? So, being a man of that much power and knowing that, like, is kind of scary. It's a double-edged sword. It's cool. No one knows. He's the one guy that can make it happen.
Yeah.
But goes to, again, you know, the way life is. Poof, you know, gone.
Well, what the hell are we supposed to do now?
Akira Toriyama, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he's gone. Like, where is the end of the story? Like, he left it with no one but himself. Like, it's all there, but we can't get it from him. You know what I mean? Like, woo! Gave me chills right now. Like, that's scary, bro. Like, yeah, it's cool to have that much power, but you gotta have at least a failsafe somewhere. Maybe there's a drive, a little golden marble flash drive somewhere.
Like the Coca-Cola recipe, supposedly in 2 separate vaults.
Oh yeah, I heard there was a vault. I didn't know there was 2 separate vaults.
Yeah, like they have the recipe split.
You know, Krusty Krab. You know, formula. You never know. So, but yeah. So, in goal, I'm excited, man. Again, there's the comic book nerds that are harsh on like where it's going and how it's going, but you know, my take on it, and I don't know how you feel, like, is I feel like this is its own comics. It's, you know, Marvel Studios. It's this thing is its own comic line, you know what I mean? Everything from when it became from Iron Man to where it's now is its own comic book story, you know what I mean?
I have to agree with that because, like, no comics are the same anyways either, because you have the Golden Age of comics, then you have the Silver Age, then you have, like, certain, like, you know, different comic, like, just alone in Marvel, you have the Ultimate Verse, and you have several different, like, universes where Earth is, like, you got Earth 616. You got the like later version. Like, you know, there's like with DC too. They have the main characters, but they have to reset every so often, so that way they could keep those characters in line and keep them, you know, keep them up to date.
Yeah.
So
saying I completely agree. Like, just they exist to be the character, but what they do with it is their own choosing. You know what I mean? Like, but it always goes back to your, you know, thing. As long as they stay to the core material, as close to the core material as they can, but and do whatever afterwards. You know, the story can go wherever. Just stay true to the source material as much as you can. Like,
I mean,
don't give Iron Man ice powers out of nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, always make him the tech genius with another suit that he can make his own or whatever. And it's the first one in Marvel Studios because they didn't see it in the comics. Well, because, you know, it's his own thing. Like, you know, he has that capability. It's a new comic book. You know what I mean?
Like even with like with just that alone, like trying to keep the core material about it. You got Peter Parker Spider-Man, you got Miles Morales, and then you got what's the name? The one from, I forget his name. Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, no, Diego something.
Yeah, I don't know, probably. But yeah, you got those 3 Spider-Man, but Miles is bitten by a radioactive spider too. He got to sit in like a little different set of powers, but it's still, you lost your uncle, you got bit by a spider, stuff happened. Spider-Man 2099 was studying the original Spider-Man and like was trying to bring back like that type of replication or whatever, and got infected. Like you still have a core, you still have like the heart of everything that goes on, but where you want to take the story and how you want to change the powers and abilities and stuff, you still have to have. They still have the ability to climb walls. They still have the web shooters. They still have the spidey senses. Like, there's nothing.
And whatever you do after that is up to you. Like, high school kid, he could be college at this time. He could be, whatever. Like,
I mean, if you really wanted to throw a twist in it here, it's an elementary school student that got bit by a spider. There you go. Now he has to go through all his life.
Yeah. And by the time he's a teenager, he's experienced. Whatever. Like, so. But yeah, that's where it gets me. I get excited. We've been let down. Don't get me wrong, we've been let down hard. Secret Invasion, and so things of those nature. But keep an open mind. Like I said, it's a exciting time to know that our comic books can be put into these movies, live action, you go look at that Godzilla from back in the day, you're just like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
But then you look at the Godzillas now, and you're like, damn, that's amazing.
Like, is it real? Did that happen? Is Japan okay?
I heard they have nuclear meltdown again. Are you sure it wasn't Godzilla?
The news, fake news, covering everything. But yeah, dude, the day and era that we live in now is a great time for these to come out. You know what I mean? As long as the directors have that vision, also that love for that character.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean? Like, you think the same, right? Like, if they have a passion
for it, there's
that's why Deadpool's so amazing. Ryan Reynolds worked so hard to get that off the ground. He's like, I think he even did a crowdfunding, right? Is it crowdfunding or whatever it's called, where he tries to get money out of, to get a trailer, put together or whatever. And that's how that one trailer happened, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Like, if they have a passion for it, they'll take it, above and beyond, I think. I mean? James Gunn. I think James Gunn did great by the Guardians of the Galaxy.
For me, it was that Resident Evil movie that came out recently, because I've been a fan of Resident Evil forever, played a lot of the game, like almost every game, followed all the movies, even though not all of them are great. But this latest one, it was interesting. They had the biggest thing I think I had going for it was they had a connection with Capcom. The creators of it, and they're like, oh yeah, here's the blueprints of how everything's supposed to look. Here's exact how the police station looked, and here's how the mansion.
Ooh, what?
And they had legit breakdowns of how.
What's streaming on? Where's it streaming?
I don't know if it's streaming right now. I went to the theaters to watch it.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
This was a year or two ago. My wife.
No way! I didn't catch wind of that.
And they legit had actual breakdowns of how they basically took the game and put it into real life, modeled wise.
That's what's up.
And
it was puzzles and everything too.
No. No, just the background.
Yeah.
It was really good. The entire story sucked.
Dang.
The characters they messed up, mainly Leon and I think Chris, or no, Leon and Wesker.
Dude,
they screwed them up, and I'm just like, what the hell are y'all doing? Y'all got the backgrounds and everything good, but then all the main characters you kind of just let them flop. So did y'all spend the fun on this and just fuck up the story?
You just made the background look good.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, they did have one of the in the mansion, one of the little things that you had to play the piano and to open a secret door, and they did do that and I was like, dude, that's cool. But they just
that's such a core memory of my life, dude. I was a big chicken, bro. Big ass chicken. And
I remember us discussing it.
my brother bought this game, bro. It was like gonna throw it down. Like he was gonna play this game. He was like, you might not want to watch it. I was like, oh, I'm a big kid now. Like I'm gonna watch it. Like, and I've never been more terrified of a trailer home than I had been when I would live with, because he lived in a trailer home at this time, and every noise scared the shit out of me. Like every like little. Like, cause just that little image, and we played it in the dark. My brother was all about getting into the effects, you know. But and the times have changed. Like now you have games or lighting that like flash with the game and shit, right? You know, so like during that time it was just all about the darkness, right? So turning off the lights and like just having those doors you selected, and it like zoom into the door, opens. Wow, bro. Tell me, like I was like, again, just a core memory of my life. Right. I can remember that freaking police station with the statue in the middle and everything. Like,
my godmother got the first Resident Evil game, and I remember she did the exact same thing. We shut off all the lights, and she had the game, and it just so happened to be raining the day she got it. And there was a big ass thunderstorm, and we were playing it, and I remember it because you could see the lightning pretty like it was shining into the room because it was so dark, and the lightning went with the game so well when the zombie, the first showing of the zombie, and he just does that slow and the lightning struck right there, and you're like, oh. Dude, it was so good.
Oh, that's what's up, dude. That is freaking crazy. Core memories, bro. I'm telling you, like, when you said the Resident Evil and the police station, that's all I remember. Those nights that he played in. I remember again just being a big old chicken, bro. Any noise, I was just like, oh, zombies. I was like, oh my god. Like, that's freaking funny. I did not know they made that show or movie.
I gotta find out where to stream it if they have it, but it wasn't that great.
I was about to say, once you at the very end told me the storyline side, I was like, damn it.
I mean, the story was like interesting, but now like y'all just kind of screwed up some main characters on it and everything.
The main budget was the setting.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, Capcom gave you all that stuff. You didn't have to go as hard as you did.
Writer's strike, maybe. Writer's strike.
Honestly, I don't know. I think it might have been before that.
Oh, before that. Oh,
okay.
That's what kicked it off.
Probably.
We don't need you guys. Get out of here.
I'm giving us everything. What do you mean this character does this? No, he doesn't. I remember it too because I was talking. Do you remember Dylan? Or no, you may not. You weren't working with us on that side. From when we were working at on receiving. Me and him had both saw it because he's a big Resident Evil fan too, and me and him were just like, dude, if we had the money, we could probably do a better Resident Evil movie than they did.
And Q in Dragon Ball Evolutions, you know?
No, for real.
Like most people would probably say the same thing.
Capcom really needs to be like nobody else.
I've seen like YouTube trailers go harder than you know, like, and they're like just fan made trailers. You know what I mean? Like so, it didn't even need the top line budget to make it happen. Like you know what I mean? But
but it takes longer for them to produce that, so it's like the time and love you put into it doesn't equal out to how fast you can put it out. What Hollywood has is the money to put it out quickly, but they don't have that care and passion for it as much.
And that's where we're at. Like I mean, that's what we just said. Love, bro. Like if they genuinely care, like and I think that's why Zack Snyder was, you know, it was such a letdown because he had a passion. Like this was his thing. Like I see my Justice League. You know what I mean? And just
nope.
Sorry, WB don't believe in that. Like you know, like
WB said
you love something, I will crush your dreams. Get out of here. Like one film, you're out. Like you know what I mean? Like we're gonna give other directors a chance. Like you know, no, I really, really strongly believe in like if they love it, they're gonna care for it. You know what I mean? Like and controversial as it may seem, I enjoyed Eternals. I enjoyed the pace. I don't think it was too rushed, but it was rushed. But nonetheless, she had a passion for seeing it, and her cinematography showed. Like you know the past when they were like in the biblical times, and in you know the times where they were at in the future. Like she did her thing. And then again, to put Celestials on the big screen, to see finally a potential Galactus type being shown and it looked good.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, so directors have that ability.
Yeah.
I was like, but she actually was openly saying that she got told what to put out. So that was
because the producers and everything are like, nah, we don't like this, we're changing it this way, and it's just like, you need their funding, so you kind of have to like go that way. So it's
but it goes back to Bob Iger or whatever, how you pronounce it. Excuse me. Him coming back in the helmet and making sure that they're doing good content. You know what I mean? Like they were. I think Kevin Feige had the dream, but he was going so hard that he was like just stretching it like to the max that rubber band could be stretched out to. Like, and Bob Iger was like, bro, I want it for you. Like I will give it to you. Just slow it down. Like, you know what I mean? Like pace it back. Like, you know, so like that rubber band is like coming back together and we're getting the good stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
hopefully.
Truth. So, you know, I really believe in that. Are we good? Oh yeah, we're good. So alrighty guys. We again just wanted to hop on. We wanted to touch base with everybody. That was the show today. Was just for that. We want to again let y'all know that we're still in the podcast. We still got the Hideout here for you guys. But yes, we're gonna be streaming on Saturdays around this time, 8 o'clock, 7:30, around there. So bear with us. We'll do better at announcements and everything. Again, the podcast coming soon. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll drop the news on that. Let y'all know when that is up and going. And then, next week we'll crush the finale of X-Men 97. We'll talk about that. We'll go over the last few episodes and, you know, what we ultimately think about it. So, again, guys, Saturday, 8 o'clock. Tune in next week. Hope y'all enjoyed the show today. And we had a good time. So, y'all be safe. And we'll see y'all next week. Okay, guys? Y'all be safe.
Thank you for joining us.